John Metchie being traded to the Philadelphia Eagles yesterday. What that entails, maybe what, because nobody really knows what Howie Roseman got up his sleeve, but maybe talk about that in detail as well, and then the preseason game. But right now, I want to go through. Let me go on Twitter right quick and see, because I know I'm a little late. But let's see. Let's see if I can find some. Andy Merkumba. See some notes. Shout out to my man King DV. See, he just reposted something. He got AJ Brown at QB. Hey, yo, okay. Um, let's see. I wanted. I just had it all up here. Following. Here we go. My apologies, y'all. So you got AJ Brown at QB. Let's see what else we got here. Elliott Shore Park says, really feels like the Eagles played the Cowboys tomorrow. It would be Adoree Jackson at starting corner opposite of Quinyon Mitchell, which me personally, and I'm not trying to disrespect any of the players. It's always love, but I do have to critique the players. And Adoree Jackson probably would be the person that should probably start. I know Keely Ringo, who I've been high on since I've started this podcast. My first episode, I was talking about Keely Ringo. So I do have a love for Keely, but at the same time, we do need to see more. You know what I mean? This is a team that has just won a Super Bowl the year before, or just a few months ago, and going into this next season, you want to make sure that everything is showed up on all facets of the team, on the defensive side especially, because defense is usually what wins championships. And don't get me wrong, offense we need to talk about as well, but not to the extent of the defense, because we lost a lot of players on that defense last year. And not to say that it should affect us too much, but corners is a situation where if you look at the schedule, we're going against a lot of teams that got two wide receivers or decent wide receivers. So you want to make sure that we're not going out there and CB2 is a liability for us. So hopefully the Eagles get that situated. But like I said, if it's a Adoree Jackson that they want to start, that's cool and all. Don't get me wrong. But if it don't pan out, then I would rather see Bennett out there. Now, this past, what was it, Saturday, they played the Browns, who I was hoping to see Shador Sanders, but he didn't play. He had an oblique injury. But furthermore, I thought Bennett played well enough for him only being here for what ain't even a week yet. I think he played enough, and we still have some time in the training camps to get him up to speed. But I like what I saw, man. Pass breakups. He's staying with the defenders, and it is preseason, so it's not like top elite level, but there's tape on him showing him. You feel me? Going against Jamar Chase, going against wide receiver ones on the team, on different teams, excuse me, and he's being able to lock them down. So if they can get him up to snuff, man, I'd rather see Quinyon and Jacorian Bennett. Now, if Adoree Jackson has to back one of those guys up, even Keely Ringo, because Keely Ringo does have a use on this team. Special teams is is an area that he shines in, man, especially the way that he plays. But furthermore, like I said, I would rather see the person we just traded for. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, if he's not up, if he's not ready for it just yet, Vic is gonna make that call. Then it probably would be Adoree Jackson. I would like to see Keely Ringo in there, but from what I've seen, just from the talent that he's been playing against, it ain't been the best. Like I said, it could be better. So we just gotta wait and see on that. Let me see what else we got here. See if they got any more updates on this practice. It kind of come out slow too. I also saw too they had Jahad Campbell and Zach Bond practicing together for the first time. I've seen Elliott Shore put that out. So that's what's up. Jahad Campbell also had a sack. My boy had a sack, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, he coming along, man. He coming along. So they also got Ayo. AJ Brown's number 29 on the top 100 list. I think he should be closer to top 5, top 10 at least. But we take it how we can get it. You feel me? Let's see what else we got here. It says Adoree and Keely should be ashamed. Wait, no, that's not it. Okay, so 37 minutes ago, this is a little bit ago, but it says Mac McWilliams subbed in for Adoree Jackson at CB2 with the first team ahead of Keely Ringo. And Mac McWilliams is another guy that we really haven't been talking about. You hear little things, from different reporters when they're at the practices, but and I swore when I looked at his draft report, I want to say it was him that he could play the corner, and then they thought he could also play the nickel position too. Especially now that I seen also today too that Cooper DeJean was getting first team reps on the corner out there with the CBs. So I don't know exact like it's hard to predict. Like I'm just going off of what I think, but it's kind of hard to predict what Vic Fangio's doing or the Eagles at any time for the simple fact that them going out here getting a wide receiver yesterday. I'm like, bro, what? Why are we getting a wide receiver? And then they get a wide receiver. So and I'm not mad at it because Metchie's a great player. What we got going on here? Hey, Boo Bear, I sure missed them tight. Listen, I don't even know what you talking about, but all right. Your forehead looks like it can play linebacker. Yo, okay. It's funny because we can't see your forehead, but let's continue on. So, but back to what I was saying though. So, like, I don't know, man. Maybe Mac McWilliams, they might move him to the nickel if they think he performs well enough. I don't think we should jeopardize the Cooper DeJean nickel area. We already know what he can get into right there. Of course, you want to see what your player can have. What's going on, Benji? You want to see what your player can do. I know this is his second season, so you probably do want to move him around because he's a weapon, man. I can't lie. But I think even like safety's not even a big to me. I don't think even safety's a big problem after what I saw out of Makumba on Sunday. So I'm thinking more or less it's more the final piece is the cornerback 2 position. So if they can figure out, I dare you to put McKee as a starter. Why would we put McKee as a starter, bro? And we just won a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. But my thing is, if he do start, you seen what he did. You seen what he did when he did start. If you watch the game, we all due respect, keep it a buck. You name me a better backup quarterback than Tanner McKee. I'll wait because I'll take Tanner McKee over anybody's backup right now. Buddy, nice. So let's see what we got here. Landry Dickinson's on the sideline for practice today. That's a good sign. He was out there the day after his surgery, so out there with beer and all that. So shout out to Landon. But we definitely need him back for this season. I don't want to rush him back. I know they said that he's going to be week to week after his surgery and things like that. But just don't want to rush that guy back, man, because you need him for the long haul, not the short. So we'll see what they do with that. But let me see if they updated anything else. Now they got somebody talking about that's that word. Hold up, my fault. Let me see. Which kids start. All right. I mean, this is unrelated news, but the Colts are signing Dolphins All-Pro cornerback Xavier Howard. So they go another cornerback off the board. I know people keep talking about there's like other CBs out there that they feel like would fit with this team, like Russell Douglas. What's my man name? Playing for the Chargers. Pop used to play for us. I think that's his dad, if I'm not mistaken. But he used to play for us, but his son, he coming off of neck surgery and things like that. I don't know if they want to go out and go try to get him. But like I said, I don't really feel like the cornerback position is. I mean, not the cornerback, the safety position is anything to worry about. It's more or less the cornerback position. So let me see what else we got here. This is John Metchie could be a serious still. So it's just Des Bryant. I guess somebody had tweeted out, said Eagles got a guy who hasn't been good in the NFL, and this sarcasm's tough. I don't even know what that means, but who's this? I forgot. Do we still have Pickett? Nah, we don't got Pickett no more, bro. Pickett play for the Cleveland Browns now. They traded him to the Cleveland Browns for DTR, who is another player that, bro, he got to go. I'm sorry. After what I saw in the preseason game, he got to go. No disrespect to him. I hope he find a landing somewhere, but he can't play here. It was too many times I seen him in the pocket. And I'm like, bro, what is you doing? So throwing picks and whatnot. So we can't have that, man. No doubt. Appreciate you, Ken. Appreciate you stopping through, bro. Let me see. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on, man. It's not too many updates. For the practice, let's see what this is. No, that's just me. All right. So let's see if we got an injury report. Hold on, right quick. Let me see if I can pull up this injury report for y'all. See who's practicing, who's not. So I did hop on here kind of late. And if y'all in this joint, y'all like what y'all hearing, make sure y'all like your stream up too and follow your boy. You already know. Um, Elliott Short Parks. My God. All right, 26 minutes. I'm gonna start from the beginning of Elliott Short Parks and just go from there because I think they've been out here for like at least an hour, and it's 10 a.m. Practice might already be over. So they got press conferences. I want to say they got press conferences afterwards, but Vic had a press conference prior to the practice. I should have watched that before I hopped on here. But I might make another video, like just a video within itself, and just talk more about this stuff. Cloudy and cold, day 16 of practice. It says Elliott Shore Park says Vic Fangio hints that Cooper DeJean will get some snaps at outside corner today at practice, which he has. It says Vic Fangio was asked if he is disappointed a player hasn't won the CB2 job yet. Says usually at this point of camp, a player competing for a job will have shown they're the best option, but that hasn't happened yet at the number 2 cornerback spot. That's not good, bro. That's not good. And I'm not even going to throw Jacorian Bennett in there for the simple fact that he just got here. I'm more looking at your Mac McWilliams, Eli Ricks, Dory Jackson, and Keely Ringo. Especially Keely Ringo, because when they drafted him, that was the whole point of drafting Keely Ringo, was to get him. He was young. They thought he could play pretty well, and he did have some issues coming out of college, but at the same time, they thought they would be able to develop him within a year or two, get him out there, when Darius Slay leave or whatever the case may be, and be able to move on without no hiccups. And it seems to be, he's not playing up to snuff. So would hope, like I said, I hope Keely can find a spot on this team, but I'm at the point now where it's like, bro, we don't want a championship. So I'm trying to make sure that we got everything sewed up, man. I don't want to go out there. And of course, it's probably going to be a slow start to the season as it always is. But I'm not trying to go out there and be liable on the island because my cornerback can't stop a player. So we're just racking up yards and getting picked on and things like that. So Carter is a beast for sure. Carter definitely is a beast, man. But in that line too this year, just think about that. Carter. See if they add the Vanilla Gorilla in there. Morrow John was another player that's been getting a lot of love this past offseason. He's been performing pretty well. And then I seen Ojolari preseason. He got himself. He's coming alive. Nolan Smith. You still got Jalix Hunt. You still got all those guys, man. And it's a beautiful thing to see. I just hope everybody, like I said, they just get everybody up to snuff, ready to go for week 1. Because we played Dallas, and I'm trying to drop that band on them and drop this hammer on them. You feel me? I ain't playing around. I really want to impose fear into these teams, man. Because it's like you win a Super Bowl and they still talk crazy about you. And I know that's part of the the theatrics to the national sports televised the things that they talk about. But at the end of the day, like, let's be for real. The Eagles probably still got one of the best rosters in the NFL after winning the Super Bowl. Like, I was even arguing with a guy. I wasn't arguing with him, but I just gave my opinion. I don't be, sometimes you got to argue with people in the comments, but I just be giving my opinion because I feel like people always want to give, like, the guy was talking about Patrick Mahomes, him winning championships and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I love Patrick Mahomes. He's a good dude, you know what I mean? Until we play him. But people make it seem like that Patrick Mahomes goes out there in those Super Bowls and performs to this elite level that he plays in the regular season. And I never see that. And maybe these last couple of ones you don't see that, but even still, like, he had maybe one good performance, I would say, but then he still threw 2 picks. That's not a good performance. So I said to him, I'm like, bro, you still gotta bring the defense into this. He like, well, he makes the play when he needs to make the play. I mean, that's cool and all, but when he beat us, what play did he make? That was the ref. That was the ref threw the flag, and put them in where they needed to be. So I'm not going to sit there and agree totally with that, but let's keep it a beam. It's just not the quarterback that's out there. Even with Jalen Hurts, it's just not the quarterback. There's a defense out there too, and he always acknowledges that. So don't get me wrong, Patrick Mahomes, he's top dog, but we gotta come on, man. He ain't God, so he loses too, as you already know. Let's see what else we got here. He said he had Jahad came up with a nice pass breakup. That was about 41 minutes ago. Cooper DeJean getting first team reps outside. Cooper DeJean, I said that first team reps outside. Another one is this was 34 minutes ago. It says good day for Hurt so far. Has been especially good on third downs, which is you got to keep up on that because them third down situations where the money is made. You feel me? Can you keep the drive alive? Jalen Carter with a nice rep in 11 versus 11s. 110 offense. Wait, 110? I don't know what that means. Offense on their own 3 yard line. Carter gets right into the backfield and gets Saquon. Exactly what we want to hear. 25 minutes ago, we got EJ Jenkins was just a tight end 3 with the first team offense, having 3 tight ends on the field. Was in over Granson. 3 tight ends. Okay. Landon Dickerson on the sideline. Good son. I said that. And I said all this other stuff. What is this? So Elliott Short Parks at 12 minutes ago. My current guesses at the starting secondary versus Dallas would be cornerback 1 would be Quinyon. CB2 would be Adoree. Safeties would be Blankenship and Makumba. And DeJean would be at the nickel. And base DeJean goes to safety to replace Makumba. I don't know how to feel about that, to be honest with y'all. Tell me how many people we got in here. I know it ain't a lot, but if y'all still in here and y'all watching, how do y'all feel about Cooper DeJean going back and forth from the nickel to the safety in the different packages that they do have? And I also don't want to see DeJean on kickoff returns if they're going to be using him like this. Probably would like to see a nice Smith or somebody back there, but we'll see. But yeah, let me know in the comments how y'all feel about DeJean moving back and forth. Like this, I would like to see him on the field as much as possible, but I don't want to compromise him or the spot. So, but moving on, man. 4 minutes ago, here we go. My man, Darius Cooper with the really nice route to get open versus Keely Ringo. You see what I'm saying, bro? This is Darius Cooper going against Keely Ringo. He can't even stop him. Like, come on, bro. Keely, come on, man. Darius Cooper, though, is another player that, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I'm very, 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 very high on Darius Cooper. Now I know he didn't do too much in this past preseason game, but if you watch the game, you can see why people didn't do too much in that preseason game. So offensively, but yeah, man, I think Darius Cooper would make a good fit for this team. So let's talk about this. So like the John Metchie trade, right? John Metchie comes from the Texans. I think we sent over. I can't think of the tight end's name. Tight end in a future pick because we got plenty of picks, right? A lot of people are speculating that this could be, they're setting up a package deal to get somebody else, maybe another corner or something like that, which could possibly be true. I do know that Trey Hendrickson, which is a player I don't feel like we really need, he's going to trade him block, and there's probably other players that we might not know of. I'm not a GM, so I couldn't tell you that, but they were saying that he was getting a package together. So I was listening to Lord Brunson. Shout out to my man, Philly 500, whatever the case may be. But they said they were trying to get a trade package together to possibly maybe go get a corner, which could be true. But they just traded for a corner, so I don't see how they would think going out to go get another corner would help them. I know Jahan Dotson. This is his last year on his rookie deal. Great player. I would love to see him stay. If you've been watching my videos, I've been a big proponent of keeping him. But I know, these players want to go out there, get their money, do whatever they need to do, whatever the case may be. But I think that the Eagles were trying to figure out, if they bring Metchie in here, who was also on, I want to say the last year of his deal. I think he was drafted in 22. Yeah, 22, I want to say. But then he had cancer. He had leukemia and couldn't play his rookie season. So, but coming out of college, he was nice, man. Him and Devontae Smith played together. I watched a lot of his college highlights. I did see some of the highlights from when he did get to play in the NFL. And Buddy's nice. So I feel like if Jahan Dotson wants to move on, get a bag, find it fine. He already got a Super Bowl ring, so he probably wants to go, get that money. And if he can find a team to go to, I'm for sure he's going to go to because they're going to pay him more money than with the wide receiver 3, or the Eagles going to pay the wide receiver 3 on that team. So I think bringing in John Metchie too he already knows Jalen Hurts. He already knows Devontae Smith, of course. He knows those Alabama players, so you can already know what to expect, and that also helps when you bring those different types of players in, man, because the chemistry is there already. Of course, you probably got to build something up because you ain't seen him in a little bit. You ain't been playing with him, but you know the person already. You know what type of person that he is, how he is in the locker room. You know what he can offer to the team. Like I said, great route running. He likes to block. All that good stuff. He's built. He's a nice size. He's a nice size dude. So you will hope to see him come step up in here and maybe not right away, but make an impact. Now, like I said, I don't know if it's a different package that you want to use, but he'll probably be in the slot. That's how I'm looking at it. He probably could play wide receiver too, if need be. But then I would move Jahan Dotson to wide receiver too and put him and Devontae Smith out there and then put Metchie in the. Looking forward to this football season. Fly Eagles fly. My man, appreciate you, bro. I'm looking forward to the season too, man. Let's run this drawing back, man. Let's run it back. But I'm looking at Metchie to go into the wide receiver 3 position. But it doesn't matter. I guess you can interchange the two, depending. But I feel like Dotson, who has more, chemistry with Hurts, I'd rather have him out there and then put Dotson in at the third, if you have to do that. Because we really don't know what's going on with A.J. Brown. It's good to see him out there at practice today. But hopefully it's nothing too serious that keeps him out longer than expected. Because, I ain't going to lie, this offense really going to move without A.J. Brown. So hope to get him back soon. Hopefully he can start making progress to get back out there on the field and be practicing again. So, all right, let's see what we got. Did the Metchie trade convince? Decisions. Nope. Getting plenty of Drew McCoom's getting plenty of work with the ones next to Reed Blankenship today. Good sign to see. He's really made a name for himself after that preseason game. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was a little worried when I seen him out there on the field for the first time. I'm like, man, buddy look kind of small, undersized, whatever the case may be. But I know what he can do. So, and you got to remember, they don't make these kids like they used to make them back in the day, man. These kids come out still looking like kids. Back in the day, them kids came out of college looking like grown men. So it do take some time, put that weight on, get into a weight program, put a little weight on, do what you gotta do. But I do feel like you're gonna be able to replace CJ, man. I know that's not the first stringers he went against, but just the way he was moving out there, damn near a ball hawk, man. Everywhere that ball was, he got the fumble return, then he got the interception. I know they tried to say that the interception was due in part to the players running the same route, whatever the case may be. But man, I don't care. that ain't our problem. He got the interception. So make whatever excuses y'all want to make for Gabriel. That's another topic. So my man should have been out there. Shout out to Shador. But make whatever excuses y'all want to make for him, man. But my man got the pick. Took it to the crib for the 6 points. So Eagles fan since 1990. My man, there you go. There you go. That's what I like to hear, man. I was born in 93, so I can't say I've been a fan since 93, but my dad had me watching them games in them Pampers for sure. So, but shout out to you, man. Appreciate you sliding through. How you feeling though? How you feeling about the season? You got anything that any comments you want to make? Maybe what moves they should try to make? What how would I say it? Any positions that you think we need to sew up a little bit more? Trying to get a little conversation going on here. See what y'all think, man. Instead of just having me talk this whole time. So let's see. We got 9 posts. I want to say practice might be over, man. Practice might be over, bro. Let me see. We'll go back to Elliott Shore Parks. Darius Cooper. That was 12 minutes ago. He ain't got no updates since then, so I don't know. But yeah, but if y'all like what y'all hearing, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. Really appreciate y'all stopping through. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here, but middle linebacker. You think middle linebackers are prime for us? I know they got like so let's think. Let me think. Jahad Campbell. You got Jahad Campbell. You got Zach Bond. Smile Munden, who's another player that's been doing pretty well. Very well, actually. Jeremiah Trotter is another player. He's not getting enough credit, I don't think. And I know, we've been talking about Jahad Campbell, but how Trotter can diagnose these plays and still make the play on the ball is crazy to me. I think for somebody that's they got drafted. What was he, like 4th round, 5th round, or something like that last year. So I do think that I ain't gonna say it's a problem, but I think Vic could get that sewed up though, because we got so many talented players back there. And Vic's defense too is like so complicated. Like I'm glad I'm not a quarterback going against him. It's just so complicated how they play. So, um, but yeah, but that's I can see what you mean there. I can see what you mean, but let me see if there's anything else, because they are not updating these like I thought they would. So. Hmm. Also, though, you know what I was thinking of too? Add one more to help. Possibly, it possibly could. Um, I don't know, man. I think Jahad Campbell's going to be a problem though. Like I know they're going to try to keep him back there at linebacker, but like I said, he reminds me, and I know I'm off with that. But Miles Garrett, for whatever odd reason, and then they took that picture together that John Clark had posted. I'm like, bro, these buddy look like he could be his twin. Now he is a little bit smaller than him, but size wise, I'm like, bro, if he can get his edge back together, for sure, going to be a problem for us. So, and then you got Jalen Carter on top of that, causing mad havoc. So, so we'll see. We'll see. But I'm trying to see if there's any more updates. Um, nope. Nope. Practice may be over though. So, but let's get back into what I was talking about, man. And one more, right. Yep. So let's get back into the preseason game. Not preseason. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, somewhat the preseason game as well. But with the Metchie trade, right? I also was thinking this, and I know I could be off with this. Do you think they try to move Johnny Wilson to tight end? Because you got to remember, Dallas Goedert was supposed to be getting traded this past offseason. He didn't get traded. They ended up re-signing him, reconstructing his deal. Now, I know they said before that they wanted to keep Johnny Wilson at wide receiver, but you see they moved Van Summeren. They moved Van Summeren from the defensive side of the ball to the offensive side of the ball. Not to say that that means anything, but that's something that they have in the back of their mind if they feel like it can be done. Now, with Johnny Wilson emerging now, he's been able to catch the ball in preseason. We haven't really seen it yet in the regular season, so I'll probably would wait on that. But maybe you try to convert Johnny Wilson to a tight end. I don't know. And that frees up another wide receiver position, but I don't know, man. I don't know what the Eagles got planned. I don't know why they traded for Metchie. I'm not mad at it, don't get me wrong, but I just felt like, maybe the cornerback, and like I said that too, they just traded for a cornerback. So maybe they just feel like they need to package somebody up and maybe send somebody off, man. So I don't know exactly what Howie Roseman got up his sleeve because I wasn't even expecting this Metchie trade. Um, so we'll see. But Howie told us too, like he's always said to us too, to the fans that he's always going to try to make this team good. He's always going to try to get the best players on this team, whatever which way possible. Man, he's been showing us that year after year. I think most GMs, they're just sitting on their hands and just waiting and then when it gets time to close to the season, you want to bring somebody in. I think Howie has learned from that. Because especially you bring Jahan Dotson in here last year, and I think that was the week before we started the game in Brazil, the regular season, and took him some time to get up to where he needed to be. But all in all, he ended up performing toward the end of the season, and especially in the Super Bowl. So, but I think he wants to get if he feels like it's a position that's complicated, you gotta get the player in here and get them up to speed before the first season. I mean, for the first NFL season game. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm trying to see if they got any more up here before I hop off this joint because I ain't gonna be on here too long. I already said that AJ Brown, number 29, top 100 players. What's this? That was 2 hours ago. Big Fangio speaks. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else. Let me see how many people we got in here. All right. But if y'all got any more questions, y'all got anything y'all want to talk about before I hop off of here, let me know. Drop it in the comments. Johnny is too tight end. Yeah, I think so too, man. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe not this season, or it could be this season. Who knows? But maybe not this season because I haven't heard anything about him going to the tight end. It was just a thought because at this point, the Eagles liable to do anything at this point. Um, so we'll see. But I think he would be a good tight end, man. I think he would be a great tight end. And then, like I said, that frees up that wide receiver spot. Anai Smith was another player that I've been very high on. He had a touchdown both of these preseason games. He's another player that I thought that they could use in the backfield, like as a running back or running out the backfield, and then also on returns and things like that. Um, so we got a lot of wide receiver talent that we didn't have in past or previous years. Happy to see that. Even the linebacker position. I know you talked about that linebacker position, but even that, the having the talent that we have there, because in previous seasons you didn't get that with the Philadelphia Eagles. Um, so happy to see that. But I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie. I will move Johnny to tight end if he's open to it. I will move him to tight end. No, that's somebody else. Let's see what this is. I need Trick Williams at practice. Nikki Bella's there too. Okay, okay. Trying to see. All right, Eagles practice. All right, here we go. That's it for the Eagles practice. Jalen Hurts had a good day, especially a touchdown pass to Kylan Granson and a 2-point conversion to Devontae Smith in a corner with the Gene all over him. So good day for the Super Bowl MVP quarterback Jalen Hurts. Um, I know they're trying to. I mean, it's Devontae Smith, so he probably gonna get cooked. But I ain't gonna say the Gene's been getting cooked when he goes out there to play cornerback or safety. But like a lot of the stuff I've been reading, might end up losing the first game. You've lost 7 players on defense, and your best wide receiver just went down. All pro, number 11. He ain't go down. My thing is, wait, you said it. I don't think they're gonna lose their first game, bro. Because all due respect, Dallas is not good. Whichever which way y'all want to slice that up. To me, Dallas is not a good team. They ain't been good. Now, when they come play us, they try to come play their best, but I don't see even with the cornerback 2 compromise, I still don't think they win that. That interior defense is gonna get there and it's gonna kill. It's gonna kill Dak. It's gonna kill Dak. Now, if he can get that ball out fast, all right, cool. But we just got to see. But I really don't feel like, even with the players that we lost, I don't. I'm sorry. I mean, we're all entitled to our opinions, but I just don't see it. Like I said, the only thing I can really say right now that is a problem for us, and like I said, we ain't seen the whole thing, the whole picture put together yet, or the puzzle put together, is the cornerback position at CB2. But then CB2, you still have Jacorian Bennett, who has not even been here, a week? It's probably going to be a week this week. And he's played well already. So I feel like if you get him up to speed alongside with Quinion, you should be good to go. If they feel like, hey, we should start a Dory Jackson or we should start Keeley. But you still got 3 or 4 players that can step up and still play that position. Wide receiver. You got a lot of players at wide receiver, like I just mentioned. I don't know if he was here, but if Jalen goes out, you still got Devontae Smith. You got Jahan Dotson. Then you got Anai Smith. And then you got Johnny Wilson. Then you got Cooper if they keep him. So I mean, it all depends on how you look at it. But I don't think they win. And then you know what else they got to figure out? When are they going to pay Micah Parsons? He's going to be he's part of that defense. If they think they're going to do something, they're going to need Micah Parsons out there as well. So we'll see, man. I don't know, but I for sure know one thing: we're gonna get that dub week 1 and drop that banner on their head. So let's see what else we got here. All right, so we got the infamous Elias Shore Parks stats from camp. This guy's crazy. He says Jalen Hurts training camp stats day 16. Jalen Hurts and the offense had a bounce back day after a rough 2 days against Cleveland. Hurts was especially good in situational drills. He had a 4th down touchdown to Granson and 2 nice 3rd down completions to Goddard and Dotson. Hold on, I'm gonna expand this. The 3rd down passes came in. The 3rd down passes came in the pouring rain, adding to the level of difficulty. He's also followed up this touchdown to Granson with a nice pass to Devontae Smith in the front corner of the end zone. Hurts' worst throw of the day was a deep shot to Devontae Smith, a pass that briefly looked like Makumba might have picked it off, but it sailed over the head of both players. Hurts might have been trying to throw the ball away. Monday was probably the best passing game has looked. Monday was probably the best the passing game has looked in over a week, which is encouraging signs as the season opener gets closer and closer. So we got the Wednesday stats at 18 for 25, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and he grades it an A-. So with all that, There you go for today's practice. We only got one person in here. If you don't have anything else, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. If you like what you've been hearing, though, I appreciate you like, comment, and subscribe so we can keep this channel growing. I just want to make sure I don't forget nothing else, man. No, I ain't really talk about that preseason game either, but like I said, the biggest thing I seen from that preseason game was wait, Eagles what? So it says Eagles cornerback Mac McWilliams continues to snipe first team reps. He might be the hidden gem. I'm not gonna lie, because every time I hear something about Mac McWilliams, it's never bad. It's usually a good thing. So, and I swear, let me look this up while I'm on here. Hold up. Well, I got y'all on here. Mac. Why am I typing? Oh, there we go. Mac McWilliams. Draft profile. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can pull this up right quick. Because that could be a reason why they keep putting DeJean out there on the corner. It might not even be because, well, it could be possibly because of that. Whoa. This Jones playing. Hold up. Turn it down. But that could be the reason why they're trying DeJean at all these different areas, because they feel like Matt could probably play in that area. So let me just check real quick, because I know I had it. Let me see PFF real quick. Let me see. Because I got the stuff up. My fault. PFF rankings. Because I want to say I saw that he could play in the nickel and he could play corner when he was getting drafted to the team. Come on, Yahoo. That's why I be on Google, man. I hate Yahoo. All right, sign in. My fault, y'all. But I swore, if I could remember correctly, I swore I seen that he could play the nickel and he could play corner as well. Or was it corner and safety? It was like he could play a different position outside the corner position. Let me see. Let me see. Looks like for no. How do you pull up his? It's no season stats, of course, but it's not giving me the draft report. I need this draft report. So we're in a 4.4 to 40, 1.52 split. All right, players bio, redshirted, played 4 games. Okay, overview. Tenacious cornerback whose 2024 tape held spotlight his toughness in short area athleticism. McWilliams is best in off coverages. He played with anticipation and burst to swarm the top of the route from the pedal and is quick to pounce on zone throws. He has average long speed and lacks length. His failure to locate deep throws is concerning. There is a zero hesitation when it's time to step downhill and support the run, though, and he plays a physical tackler who can do it on his own. McWilliams' 2023 tape was a mess, but he was much improved in 2024 and looks capable of finding backup work as a nickelback. Okay, for a zone-heavy team. So there you go. So maybe they feel like, and I haven't been hearing, like I said, I don't think I've been hearing him down there, but if they feel like he can play down in that area, why not move him to cornerback? Yo, brother, what's going on, man? How you doing, man? You all right? How you feeling about the season, bro? How you feeling about this season? Because let me see, strengths low cut, allowing for quicker change of direction, makes quick reads on route breaks from off man, seamless pedal to drive transition at the top of his drop, face guards to stay connected when the receiver starts scrambling. Does a nice job of coming to balance in space as a tackler. Physical and physical and run support, running directly through his target. His weaknesses has short arms and small hands. Plays with some worry from the trail coverage. Needs to play with better understanding of leverage and help. Allows receivers too much early space when routes travel and rarely gets his head around to the deep ball. So, doing great, bro. I love the content. Keep it up. You get right to the talking points without all the extra BS these pages got going on. Excited about the season. My man, appreciate you. Bro. Always appreciate the love, Jay. Always appreciate the love, man. I try, bro. I try to give it to him the best way I can, man. I'm still getting started with this, so just trying to be the best I can be, bro. But I really appreciate the support, man, continuously, and we got to get together soon too, bro. Fish or something like that. So, ball, whatever the case may be. So, but appreciate you stopping by, brother. Appreciate you. So, but yeah, McWilliams, man, he might be a player that can take over that nickel position. Yes, sir. You already know, bro. You already know. So, but he could possibly be one of those players that took over the nickel position, maybe as a backup. Because you got to think when they go to base package and you put DeJean at safety, who you gonna put at the nickel? It might be McWilliams. So, if they feel like he can do a good enough job, and I don't know if there's a size difference. He's 5'10". How tall is Cooper DeJean? He's 5'10", 191. Cooper DeJean. Because I ain't gonna cap. Cooper DeJean kind of husky. So you see how you put my man what's the running back from the Ravens? Derrick Henry on his wallets? Yeah. So 6 foot, 198. So they about the same size. Yeah, they about the same size, man. So yeah, he about 7 pounds smaller. You could probably put 7 pounds on before the season even over. So they feel like Mac can play that position, man. I don't see why they don't. I don't see why they don't put him in there, man. But yeah, I'm trying to think, is anything else I forgot to say to y'all before I hop off here, man? Preseason game, like I said, man, wasn't the best game. DTR, all due respect, I don't think he make this team, bro. I don't think he makes this team. So they got another game. Maybe they play him. But from what I saw, Tanner McKee, and I've been saying Tanner McKee was going to be the QB2. Kyle McCord, I guess he'll be number 3. But DTR, I don't know, bro. He just looked flustered in the pocket. He didn't look like he was ready at all. Like I said, I'm not trying to put none of the players down, but I do have to go off of what I saw, man. It didn't look good for him. Kyle McCord came in there, threw that pass to Anai Smith for the touchdown while getting lit up. You feel what I'm saying? So I'd rather just try to build Kyle McCord up unless they feel like they can go out here and trade for another QB, which I don't think they do because they already did that. But you never know with Howie Roseman. If you feel like it's a position that they need to sew up, they will. But that was something I didn't like. I told you the cornerback play I did not like from Jackson. Keely Ringo these last 2 games. I'm really trying hard to keep the positive with bro, but it's like I don't know, man. It's like he get out there, he get flustered. And it could really be a mental game with Keely Ringo, but come on, but he got to get up to speed, bro. He has to. The mistakes he makes are the detail mistakes. Even when I was watching the first preseason game, like giving Jamar Chase that much space, and then you can't close in to make the tackle. That's not smart ball. So it's just like I feel like it's detailed things that Keely Ringo needs to work on, and he could be a better CB. But we have not been seeing that, so I can't sit there and put my full expectations into that. So I do hope to see him on the team, but probably special teams. Adoree Jackson is another player. Like I said, they decided to keep him. All right, cool. But I thought we would be seeing a little bit better play out of him. Now, I know this is a different system. But, come on, bro. He should be playing a tad bit better than what he's been playing. And for Vic Fangio to come out last week and say what he said about Adoree Jackson, that shows me that, he's not fully buying into Adoree Jackson at CB2. So we'll see how it go. Safety, I did have concerns about before the game, but Andrew Mukuma, he stepped up, showed out, did his thing, man. So it's always nice to see that. Because I was a little worried, the shoulder injury, he didn't practice for a few days. You miss a few practices, you get really behind the ball. But so far, so good. And then that's another thing. Reed Blankenship is up for a contract. What are we doing with that? You go out here and you sign all these different players, but we don't take care of Reed Blankenship. Now, I don't know if they feel like Cindy Brown is a better, option. Maybe put Cindy Brown and Makumba out there. But I love Blankenship, man. He's been a good. Now he's not a top safety, but for us, he's been a good safety. I feel like if the money can work out, why not keep him? He was undrafted, been playing well for us. He gets picks and all that good stuff. So I would like to see him stay on this team. But if they have to move on, it is what it is, man. I'm telling y'all, because I love the players, but we can't get too attached. We're trying to win multiple Super Bowls, bro. This is the window for us to go crazy, bro, impose our dominance on these teams. So we will see, man. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Like I said, offensively, we didn't see anything in that preseason game. No, nothing too crazy because of the quarterback play. The running back, though, the running back? Let me see right quick if I can pull him up or somebody in there. The running back that they got, I think it began with an M. Can't think of what he named, but he's been showing out for us too. Philadelphia Eagles roster. Let me see right quick. Roster. There we go. Yeah, but that running back that they got, you can't split it up by like position. All right, what we got going right here? Hold up, y'all. I'm trying to find his name on his joint. Not Miles. Montrell Johnson. Montrell Johnson's been playing pretty well for us, and he out of Florida too, which is one of how we went to school. Graduated from Florida State, if I'm not mistaken. So he has a fascination for Florida players and all that good stuff. But he's been playing pretty well too. I think any running back will do well on this team, depending, because we got a good offensive line, man. So he's been doing pretty well. But he was running with the second and third team, and scored for a touchdown. What was that last week? I want to say. So he's been doing pretty well. Another person that we know that we might have to put on this team or stash from the practice squad. So, but outside of that, offensively, man, like I said, I didn't really see too much. Like I said, the biggest thing I saw was that quarterback play, and I said, DTR, bro, much love. Hope you land on your feet. Just not here, brother. I'm just not here. I know Howie Roseman wanted to get him when he came out of college, but I don't know, man. It's just not. Maybe you need more time, but it's just not. It didn't work out. I'm not thinking it's working. So, like I said, I hope he land on his feet, but I'm not. I didn't see it there. I didn't see it on Saturday, and ain't really been seeing it for the other teams he's played for. So he could be a cut candidate for sure. But it's just good. I will say that with like Anaya Smith and Johnny Wilson, especially Johnny Wilson. But Anaya Smith, I was higher on Anaya Smith because he could just do a little bit more on the field. I just hope both of those guys make it at the end of the day, man. If it's wide receiver 3 or if it's tight end for Johnny Wilson, but figure out a way to keep both of these players on this team along with Cooper. I know a lot of people want Terrence Marshall on this team, but he really hasn't been doing anything since his injury. Let's see if there's anything else. Ojolari, another player that's coming into himself on this team, man. That was great to see him in that preseason game. Jacob Sykes, no. I think that's it though. Yeah, I think that's it. So if there's not anything else that y'all want me to talk about or y'all have any comments on anything, I'm gonna get ready to wrap this thing up. I really do appreciate everybody that stops through. Been on here for about 50 minutes, almost an hour now, but really appreciate everybody that come through, stop through. They gave me the good comments. They gave me the what main man say up here. Some weirdness, like they people come here and say some weirdness, but it's all love, man. I appreciate the views, I appreciate the subscribers and all that. So I'm looking to probably to make another video today, if not today, to be tomorrow. But I did say I was going to try and be more active on my channel. I know I always say I'm gonna make a video every day, but life happens, man. Your boy got to work, get tired and things like that. But I do want to keep it all up on the latest and greatest that comes from the Philadelphia Eagles. So with that being said, if there's nothing else that y'all have for me, if you could for me, please like, comment, and subscribe to always catch this vibe. It's not from the No Cut Sports Podcast. If we could get a go Birds before we get out of here, man. Like I said, like, comment, and subscribe to always catch this vibe. And I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Have a great day and y'all be safe.